It's been so long, you guys. I forgot what you look like. Just a plain old NASCAR beer sort of day, peeps. I have a lot to talk about. Sometimes I just need a reminder, you know? Go grab your drink. Hello, hello, hello. How have the 20s been treating you so far? New year, we all made it. Because let me tell you, it was a bumpy ride there at the end. I know it's been a minute since I've been here. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Chevis. This is the Chevy Rel's Stuff Podcast. We are in the stuff room full of the stuffs. This is mainly knitting, fibery related goodness. Olive is our little, what would you call her? How's come the words escaping me? I guess she could be a co-host, but that mascot, good grief. Why was that so hard? Olive's our little mascot. For those of you who don't know her, she's very old and has 3 legs and diabetes, bladder cancer, and dry eye, and all sorts of other ailments. She turns 12 February 13th. She was like 2 hours away from being a Valentine's baby. Anywho, this is the first podcast that I've done in the new year. There are many reasons as to why I've been gone so long. Holidays happened. Then the flu happened, which I have never in my life had. So that wasn't fun. That hung on for a while. And I didn't have an adult beverage for over a week. That's not normal. No worries. I know some of you are worried about my alcohol intake because you always see me drinking. But as Dan says, I drink often, not a lot. So when I do drink, I have 1 or 2, you know? And occasionally more than that, but very, very occasionally. Then, total Debbie Downer, some of you saw on Instagram, I lost a friend. I had friends lose friends. We were so swamped busy at work, so I had to go into work while I had the flu. And I'm talking I should not have been in public. I work for a very small funeral home, and when you're busy, just work needs to be done, and I had to do it. So I just kind of hid back in the corner and did whatever I had to do to keep the machine running, and then I went home. But I'm thinking that that's probably why I was sicker longer than maybe I should have been. So I'm always full of excuses. Anyway, how about we get on to the stuff, right? The stuff, shall we? That reminded me of Corinne from Threadbanger. Do any of you watch them? Last year for New Year's, I did a count of all of my knittiness that I did for that year. And this year I was just sick. I am wearing my Penguono. For those of you who, Olive just totally farted. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Thanks, Olive. Everyone's going to think I did that. I'm wearing my Penguono and my Barley Hat. I did not do a count. Sorry. Meh. New Year Day was my 2-year anniversary. We've been doing this craziness for 2 years. Okay, enough with the babbling. Let's get on to the stuff. FOs. I have some, but none of them to show you. If you recall, on my last episode, I was knitting a Fisherman Shrug, which is a pattern by Lion Brand, for my sister for Christmas. I finished it for my sister for Christmas. I don't even have a picture of her wearing it because I hate it. I don't think she liked it very much, but of course she was super sweet and said she did. I hated it. I did not like it. I feel bad because she kind of got gypped for Christmas. I will never knit with that yarn again. The pattern gauge was too tight. I mean, my gauge was on with the pattern, but just it was too tight of a gauge for that thick a yarn. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. Sorry, I won't ever knit it again. It was a free pattern. Meh. 2 thumbs down. I knit not 1, but 2 Bankhead hats by Susie. It's either Gourley or Gourley. I think it's Gourley, but I'm not positive. It is a free pattern. I knit one for my brother and a matching one for Cole. And since Christmas has already happened, I'll put a picture here of their adorableness in these hats. Then I also knit, and I think I talked about this on the last episode, I knit a Graham hat by Jennifer Adams. Yes, Jennifer Adams. That is also a free pattern. That hat is just, it's one of my favorite patterns. But I knit one of those for Logan, who is Cade's girlfriend, Cole's mom. Here she is. And yes, she's like super freaking gorgeous and is always knit worthy. And those are all my FOs because I was in super uber duper Christmas mode and that's all I got done. So next we are on to whips. This whip is for my mom and it is Christmas. My mom goes to the Keys every year, so she was in Key West for the holiday, which it's sort of fitting what I'm knitting for her because a handful of years ago, which mom, if you're watching for some reason, I don't think she does. My mom's one of those people that can't sit still. So for her to sit still and watch a podcast is very rare. So if for some reason you're watching, mom, I guess shut it off and go do something else unless I've already given this to you. There was a year that she went down to Key West and their yarn shop was closing. So I just said, spend X amount of dollars and pick out stuff that you think is cool. She got this yarn baby, which if you would have seen it in the skein, you'd know. It's Wildhare Fiber Studio. And it's wildharefiber.com. I have no idea if she's still in business. I say she because the email address is melissa@wildharefiber.com. This is hand-spun spiral ply woven mohair, silk, locks, Angelina, and other fibers, 186 yards. And it's awesome. Look at this. And it is true hand-spun. I mean, the price reflected it, but we got it for like a steal. Like it almost made me feel guilty because I am a hand spinner. So isn't it cool? Look at that. It's like hand spun everything going on here. I suppose I could tell you what it is, huh? This is also, I don't know. I think this is a free pattern. I'm pretty sure this is a free pattern. It's Snowmageddon Showl, which is a shawl and a cowl by Laura Groff. And she is an LYS owner and dyer at Native Twist Yarn and Craft Studio in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. I am just going to knit until whenever. She has a 1 color and a 2 color. I'm just going to knit until I run out of yarn. And I have not gotten, I guess, that far yet. I don't know where I'm going with this. I kind of put it down because I'm at a wonky spot in the pattern. I need to readdress it because I got sidetracked. And it's because my mom is like so forgiving. She's like, whatever. Like she told me to not get her anything for Christmas. She's that mom. I did get her other stuff though, you guys. I got her, because Golden Girls is one of our things. I got her a magnet that has Dorothy on it and it says Ma Shady Pines. And then, or no, Shady Pines Ma, something like that. And then I got her a chia pet of Sophia. I've never had a chia pet before. It was a total impulse buy because, you know, mom never wants anything. I saw it and I had to get it. And if anybody could grow a chia pet like my mom could, you know, like she'll baby it or whatever. But then I looked at the chia pet hashtag on Instagram and I'm pretty sure that they all just die. Or they're splotchy. Like Sophia's going to have bald patches and stuff. Might have to do some research to make it work, but anyway, you'll probably see that again later. My next whip is in this cute little basket. It's the Weekender. Most of you know what the Weekender is. It's a sweater by Andrea Mowry. Some of you OGs may remember when I went to the Plucky pop-up, I think it was like 2 years ago. And they had these grab bags of like colors. And I grabbed one because, you know, Grello's where it's at, right? So this is the same colorway. It's called Deep Dish, I know. That is what I knit that Susu out of.
That damn Susu.
And then this, I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure that it has cashmere in it, whatever it is. So it's just like little bits and bobs. This is the same stuff. Oh my gosh. And then there's this gray, and there's a darker, like a charcoal. So I am going to make the Weekender like a hodgepodge sweater. I'm really excited about it. Now, I ran into some, and I just noticed a slipped stitch on accident. Damn it. I'm going to have to drop back and fix that, or it's going to drive me nuts. This is standby. I don't know how much of the secret sauce I'm giving away here, but it's reverse stockinette. We're so much faster at knitting than purling, so she has you knit it wrong side out. So you knit it, right? You wear it with the purl side out. This is the hem, of course. There's like a high-low kind of jump in Jehoshaphat. Everything is fighting me. Jeez. There. Split hem. This is the front. This is the back, right? Then the front middle. No, the front middle. Yeah, the front middle. That's right. Oh my God. I've dropped a stitch. I'm a hot mess. It's not even a martini episode, people. I tell you what. On the middle of the front and the back, there's this super cool slip stitch. Then for those of you who have already knit a Weekender or know what I posted a picture, know what the Weekender looks like. There's this, I don't know if it's a ribbing type, brioche type. I think it's ribbing on the shoulders. That's going to be at the shoulders. I don't know where the other colors are going to go. I know I'm going to do this for the top part of the shoulders. As far as the other parts, I'm just going to roll with it as it strikes my fancy. I don't know. I would be twice as far on this, but I knit to about here. I didn't gauge swatch.
Yeah, I know.
I usually always gauge swatch for a sweater. Now, the Weekender is meant to be worn bigger. I mean, is it like 4 inches positive ease or 8 inches positive? It's hella positive ease, people. I wanted it oversized, but I didn't want it so big I was swimming in it. If you go back, if you care, go back and take a look at our sweater weather video. Diana's wearing one and I'm wearing the other. Diana knit both of them. One she knit a medium and one she knit, I think she said an extra large or large. I don't know. One is not very fitted, but fits. It's not like you'd put it on as a big comfy sweater. That's the one I'm wearing. The one that Diana has on is big, comfy oversized. Well, I wanted it in between there. I am typically a tight knitter, so I went up a needle size than the pattern called for. It was ginormous. I mean, ginormous. It was probably bigger than the one that Diana had on in our sweater weather video. I ripped it back and used the needle that the pattern called for, which never happens for me. Like, that never works for me. And I went down to a medium because it was so big. I was knitting a large on a size up. So now I'm doing a medium on the needle size that the pattern called for. We'll see. I feel like this is way better. And if it's smaller than I want, it's still gonna fit. So I'm not real worried about it. It lives in the basket. I don't take it anywhere. I am one of those people that sort of comes home, well, especially because I've been sick. On nights when I want to relax, I come home, I take a shower, I put my pajamas on because I'm that chick. And then I assume my position on the couch. And Dan and I watch like NCIS, or currently we're watching, and this is more of a winter thing. In the nicer months, we're like run, go, run. But winter, when it gets dark and stuff, we tend to hibernate. Currently, we are watching Jack Ryan. You guys, I am so in love with him. He is so hot. I'm so jealous of Emily Blunt. And I'll tell you the first time I fell in love with him. Y'all probably liked him from that, what is that show? The Office with that Carell guy. I don't like it. I know. I hear all of you. You're like, no. It's not my brand of humor. And I think it's Steve Carell that I don't like in that show. Like, I've liked him in other things. Anyway, I digress. Bert from Away We Go. That's who, and why, I can't even think of his real name. But when I first fell in love with him, the dude who plays Jack Ryan, he plays a character named Bert in a movie called Away We Go. It's an indie film. It's Maya Rudolph, Jim Gaffigan, Jane. Oh God, you know her. She was the mom in Juno. And she was in Drop Dead Gorgeous, which is one of my favorite movies. Oh my God, one of you boys want to walk me home? Don't let her fool you. She lives 2 trailers down. Can you tell I missed you guys? I got my brother a t-shirt for Christmas that says I speak fluent movie quotes. I know some of y'all out there do too. There are so many people in that movie that you have seen. Oh my gosh. Maggie Gyllenhaal, however you say their name, is one of the best characters in the movie. If you haven't seen Away We Go, watch the trailer to decide if you think that it's your jam or not. But it's like in my top 10. And I fell in love with Bert and I want him to be my boyfriend. So then I saw him in Jack Ryan and now he's all like, he is beardless in Jack Ryan, which Bert has a beard. And that's one of the things, of course, I like my bearded fellas. But he's still hot. That was a whole lot of babbling that you probably are like, wow, I know way more about you than I ever cared to. Anyway, when I get on the couch, I have this whole process. We have a leather couch. So I have one of those like breakfast tray things. I have that filled with all my knitting stuff and my drink. I sit down I get my basket because I never know what I want to knit on. But here lately, I always have that because this is straight stockinette at this point. So depending on how the show's going or what I'm doing, sometimes I just do straight stockinette because if I have to pay attention, that's what I do. If we're watching NCIS, that's more Dan's show. I mean, I'm all right. I'll watch it. Obviously I watch it, but I can crochet when that show's on, and crochet is not something that I can do blind. I have to be looking at it, so I kind of just listen to the show and look up every once in a while and ask Dan 9,000 questions and have him pause it 85 times during the course of the 40-minute show. He loves it. It's one of his favorite things. Baby girl, why are you crying? She's eaten. I'm not quite sure why she's crying. Usually that's the only reason she cries. Do you just want to say hi? Is that the deal? Show everyone your snaggle teeth. Sorry guys, I think she's just getting old. She doesn't know where she is maybe, I don't know. Cause she's eaten, she's pottied, she's gotten a drink, and now she wants down. Okay, where was I? NCIS. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that I did an advent calendar swap. Well, no, I talked about this on my last thing. Oh yeah, had I started it? Yeah, I started it. Didn't I? Shit. Man, I didn't put a progress keeper on it. You've seen this. It's my Lost in Time shawl. I did an advent calendar.
I did an advent calendar with Rebecca.
I don't know why I can't talk. So when I sit down on the couch, I get my basket with my weekender and my bowl that I bought for Halloween candy filled with all my advent yarn. Let me just show you. I'm doing the Lost in Time shawl. This is a free pattern by Johanna Lindahl, I think. Is that how you say that? It's a free pattern. I mentioned that last time. I don't know if I've ever seen a crochet pattern in a chart. If I have, I don't remember. This is all by rows. You go up to row like 14 or 15. You crochet 15 to 26, and then they have you repeat that as many times as you want. What I did, and I wish I should have put a here. This is what it looks like so far. It starts here, I'm going to point an arrow somehow on the screen where I was the last time you saw this. I'm addicted. I love this. I love it. It's the only thing I want to work on. It's so much fun. I'm crocheting it in the order of days, like in the yarn order. In case you don't know, every day I posted this on my Instagram stories and I saved it. So if you care to see how the process has gone or progress, whatever, it is on there, all of the things from beginning to end. These orange baubles right here were 1 through 25, okay? I am going to do the whole repeat, same order, I'm going to do again. And I'm hoping it will be massively huge and like wonderful awesomeness. Because I'm thinking it'll block out real nice. We'll see. But if from here to here is one repeat, imagine what the next repeat will be, right? The rows are getting really long. I have to really pay attention. Let me put it up closer for you. It is so much fun. I'm really, really, really happy with it. If you want to see what any of those yarns are, it's on my Instagram. It's called, if you go to my profile, there's a little bubble at the top. It's called 2019 Advent. Oh, let me show you while I'm thinking about it. On day 25, she, of course, went above and beyond. We were supposed to do 25 mini skeins and then, 24 mini skeins. And then on day 25, a whole skein. Well, she gave me a whole skein, plus she knit me a hat, which I shared on Instagram and I forgot it's out in my car. You guys can't see it. I'll wear it another time and I'll be sure to tell you that she freaking knit a hat. It's like, now I feel like a slacker because I thought we were just doing yarn. Anywho, this is the skein that Rebecca sent. And I was really excited because Yarn Ink was on my wish list. I love her colorways and I've never had any of her yarn. This is called June Yarn of the Month. So that must not have a colorway name then. Just June Yarn of the Month. Merino nylon sock. 437 yards, superwash merino and nylon. I'm not going to put that in my shawl. I'm going to save this for something else. Next, I didn't get a ton of work on this, but I did work on it a little bit. This is my Lights and Twigs shawl by Barbara. I'll put a picture here because, I guess I have the pattern right here, duh. Here, I won't put a picture. See, get it? Lights, swings of whites. Strings of lights and twigs. Get it? At least that's what I think it is. I said this the last time that I talked about this pattern. The work she put into this is awesome. I did the first section. It's in sections. I did the setup and the first twig section. And then I put it down for a long time because it got pushed aside for Christmas knits. And I picked it up for the first time last night and fell in love with it all over again. See these little boxes? Look, she does little boxes for every, isn't that awesome? And she has video tutorials for everything. It's just the bomb, you guys. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
This is Mineville Wool Project Light Worsted in their Arctic Ocean colorway. And this is what I have. That's, well, I don't know. I was going to say that's pretty dark, but it is pretty dark. Okay, so the last time y'all saw it, it was here, and I got that much done last night. So I got the baubles and braid. This is a braid. And then half of my twigs. And then there you can see the twigs. It's pretty dark, but in the right light. I mean, obviously the lighting's bad here. You know, when I'm outside in the daylight, you'll be able to see the pattern way better. It's awesome. And this wool is awesome. It grows, the Mineville wool. It's super squishy. Here it is in the cake. Look at that color. I don't know if you can get it anymore. Simply Socks, them and their sales. I'll tell you what, I'll be honest. While I love that, everything gets put on hold for that Lost in Time shawl because I'm addicted to it. I am It is so much fun. So much fun. Okay, real quick with the Knitting I Love shawl. If you like that and want to knit one, purchase everything will be linked below. Purchase the pattern from Barbara. She also does the Knitting I Love podcast. Again, all the links below. And the 3 Ply girls, the 3 Ply podcast, that's the number 3 Ply podcast, is doing a make-along. They mentioned it on not their last episode. I'm behind because y'all know how far behind I am on my queue. The last episode that I watched, they mentioned it. I'll link their podcast, and I will also link the Ravelry group thread that talks about their make-along if you're interested in that. Go check out those ladies and hop in on a knit-along if you're looking for something to do. I don't know if they have prizes and stuff. The main thing that I know is that they talk about it on that thread on Ravelry, and that you had to have started it after January 1st, which obviously, and you have until May 1st to finish it. There you have it. Next whip is my hat canvas. How many of you have seen this beauty? Here's the story. Myself and a slew of other makers, a handful, a slew, a bazillion, they're all linked down below. Some of you may have heard about it. We are doing, again, the New to You make-along. This is for the new year, for your New Year's resolution, for just something to do starting out at the new year. This is to try something new that you have never tried before. It just has to be fiber, textile-y related. Sky's the limit as far as that goes. Yarn, felting, so knit, crochet, weaving, sewing, like a project bag, a quilt, okay, here's the thing. Below, I will link Liz and Leanne's video. Those are the cocktail hour at the Coop gals. There's no way I could say it any better than how they said it. They did an entire episode on what the New to You make-along is. They list all of the makers who are participating in it, as well as tons of ideas, okay? Last year, I think I mentioned that thing right there. It was a weaving thing. It was a disaster. I sucked at it. But this is the beauty here, people. You don't have to finish it. All you have to do is try something new and take a picture of it. And here's how you enter for prizes. I apologize. Actually, I have them all here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
About 15 of us. There's about 15 makers. How you enter for the prizes, because there are a ton of them. There's going to be a thread. It'll be linked below. That Leanne started in, I think it's either the Arrow Acres or the Cocktail Hour at the Coop. I can't remember what group it's in, but I linked the thread below. So the place where you have to be is where you have to be. So join the group. If you're not on Instagram, you can post your finished objects there, or not even finished. They don't have to be finished. Don't listen to me. God, believe about half of what I say, and then that's why I do all the links. Post your pictures of your stuff in that thread, or post them on Instagram, hashtag New to You 2020. I really have to say thank you to Liz and Leanne. They are the brilliant minds behind this make-along, as well as the ones who sort of do all the work. At least I feel like it. At least last year, they did a spreadsheet of all of the entries. And I'm not quite sure how they do it. I think that you get, and they might say that on their episode where they talk about it, and I spaced it. I think you get an entry for thing you try. So if you post 5 pictures of the same thing, that's one entry. But if you take a picture of 5 different things that are all new to you, that's 5 entries, but I'm not positive. Somehow they pick a grand prize, and the grand prize winner gets a prize from every single maker. 15. 15 prizes, if I counted correctly. I mean, is that awesome or what? Then each one of the makers are going to be looking at Leanne's thread as well as looking at the Instagram hashtag new to you 2020 and picking our favorite. So one person will get a prize from all 15 people. 15 other people will get a prize from a maker. That's pretty stinking slick, I think. If you're going to try something new, and I know there are tons of you who have messaged me in the comments saying that you want to know how to knit. Now's your chance, people. Now's your chance. And I know that some of you might want to crochet this awesome Lost in Time shawl. Just saying. My new to you project this year is my hat canvas. And that's by Carolyn, Bloom Handmade. Wait, did I say that right? I did. Bloom Handmade Studio. Carolyn. She is the designer of this awesome hat. And I have never done that. I'm going to post it again because I've been talking forever. I have never done that thingy. She calls it embroidery stitching, I think, or embroidery on stockinette, yarn embroidery. I don't know. Whatever this embroidery cool zigzaggedy awesomeness is, I've never done that. I'm real excited about it. I am using Knit Picks, is it City Tweed or City Stroll Tweed something? DK. I made Mama Jean a shawl out of this and I had balls left. So I am this far. There's what's the words escaping me? There's a panel of pearls, and that's where that fun stitchery awesomeness is going to be. And then there's the brim, and I've started into the stockinette. I have not totally decided, sit tight, I've not totally decided what I'm going to use for the stitching, but this is what I think I am going to use. It's covered in hair. Yep. This is my hand spun 3-ply rambouillet that I knit my Bloody Mary sweater out of, which is in the Sweat-a-Weather video. It's like cables and all that. I think that will go awesome with those little Tweety bits. Yeah, that's the first time I've put them side by side. So we'll see. I'm kind of excited about it. To be honest with you, not really my colors. I'm a blue-green girl. I'm trying to go past my comfort zone a little bit and not pick the same shit I always pick. This is in my labyrinth bag. Look, isn't it cool? Nadia made this for me from Cologne. I don't know if y'all remember that. She's from Cologne, Germany. Let me address my notes. I want to make sure I said all the things I was supposed to say about the new to you make-along. Yes. Oh, I forgot. No, I didn't. Crafty Toads, the Crafty Toads, a lot of you know who they are. They dye yarn. They have a podcast. Well, they have a private Facebook group. It'll be linked below. So if you want to chat about the stuff that you make, everybody's chatting over there at that group. So go join their group if you want to get in on the chats and see what the other people are doing. I have not completely, totally made up my mind on this, but I really hope that it works into my schedule. This is another, I'm going to say new to me. You know that I'm friends with Aquila, a Lefty Knitter podcast. She's my girl. I hope that we get to go camping this spring. We're supposed to. I have not forgotten. On her episode 45, she showed these badass earrings that she made from Hello Bargello. It'll be linked. Do you guys remember the plastic canvas from back in the day? When I was little, it was the first crafty thing that I remember my grandma Nada showing me how to make. And it was a mug rug on that plastic needlepoint canvas. Well, Hello Bargello, am I saying that right? I think I am. Hello Bargello is bringing it back, y'all. Aquila made these earrings that are super cute and super fast, and they make a great gift. But as I'm watching her podcast and I'm listening to her talk about them, I think even she mentioned, it's that stuff that they used to make tissue box covers out of back in the day. Girl, can't stop thinking about it. You know that I have to show you, for those of you who are not OGs, I have to show you the tissue box cover that I made, I think last year, right? And I absolutely love it. It's crocheted. I like tissues. I mean, I don't have allergies or anything. It's not like I use a shit ton of them, but I have tissue boxes all over. I have one in the bathroom. I have one out in the kitchen. I have one in the craft room. I have one on my nightstand. I like tissues. Anyway, because I have tissue boxes everywhere, I have been wanting to make more of these, right? Then I'm watching Aquila's podcast, and I think she's the one who mentioned the tissue box thing. And I was like, dude, I want to make a tissue box cover out of that. I never had one. I only ever made mug rugs. I didn't use that shit for anything other than mug rugs. So then I start looking them up, right? Because I don't know. I've not ever made them. They're all like old school, right? They're all old school. You know me. I want some snarky ones. Like, blow that shit. Snot face. So that's my plan. I would like to do it as a new to you. I feel like I can because what you barking at? Oh, she's staring at nothing. I think that I can totally use it as the new to you make along because I've never made a tissue box holder and I have not worked with that plastic canvas stuff since I was like 8 or something. That's a maybe. I just wanted to throw that out there so that y'all can be like, hey, remember when you said you were going to do that? So then I can be like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot. I need to do that. That's it for the nitty stuff, y'all. The rest that I have gifts and miscellaneous. So we're going to talk about it. Actually, that's a lie. I have gifts, miscellaneous, and enabling. And I'll just start with the enabling. I purchased my first yarn since the whole teeth fiasco. That's right. And the reason that I purchased this yarn is because my friends are enablers. Some of you know that I have a knitting group. We call ourselves the Bitter Knitters, the Sweater Weather video, all those girls, right? Well, Allison is the owner of Simply Socks Yarn Company, AKA she's like a drug dealer for yarn. So she gets this awesome yarn in and she's like, hey, we have this awesome shipment in. You should go check it out. Well, I couldn't pass it up because she got this stuff called Dream in Color Colossal Sock. It is, I need to look at it or I'm going to mess it up. It's 150 gram skein of Dream in Color sock. That's 525 yards for like $21 and some change. That's a $40 sweater. Like crop sweater. I mean, you couldn't get, I couldn't get, I mean, maybe if you're tiny, Tommy could probably have like a full-blown sweater for $40. I'll have crop top. But I got 2 skeins, 3 different colors. And that's Christmas. I ordered it yesterday. It came today. If y'all aren't shopping at Simply Socks, it's like a candy store. It is. I feel like you can get high on the yarn fumes. She's very much like a drug dealer, but for us. These are the first ones. And these are my favorite. Not even going to lie. Oh my God, look at that. Whoops. I didn't buy these with any plans involved. This is called Tucson. And this is, did I say, 8515. 85 superwash merino, 15 nylon. If you're interested, she's getting another shipment of this. And it flies. So you have to be ready for it. You have to look she'll put, sign up for her emails and she'll tell you when it's going out. And as soon as you get that email, you have to head there. There was still some in there left today, but none of the colors, only one of the colors that I picked was still there. Tucson was gone like from the get, but I was all nervous. So I was just like throwing stuff in my cart to make sure that I got it. This is called Guthrie Peak, and it's not what I don't know. I might exchange this for something else. And here's my thoughts. Now that I have it, right? And I know that she's getting another shipment in, and that I know what this looks like, I might return or exchange one of these for like another one of these, or 4 of these, so that I can have a big I don't know. Diana, she posted her colors that she got. She's making a jelly roll sweater, and it is going to be amazing. Her colors are awesome. Purple. Okay, so this is a maybe. I like it. I like it a lot. It's just not, I'm not as in love with it as I thought I was going to be. For some reason, oh no, trouble. That's a negative. No! Told you guys. Poor Olive. She doesn't even know where she is. Ditto always goes for Olive's toys because he destroys them. This last color is called Fierce Scarlet. Fierce Scarlet. This is also outside of my colors. I would not say that I'm a red person. I have a red Multnomah, and I wear it all the time because I wear a lot of black and gray, and it goes great. So here, and I'm thinking a crop sweater to wear over dresses. Oh man, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I would have never, is that fire or what? It's a poppin'. I was just kind of really excited because it's the first yarn that I've purchased in months. Not to say I haven't gotten yarn in those months, because I get gifted wonderful things from awesome people. But that is the first yarn that I've purchased. Now, also with the Bitter Knitters, can I go on to gifts now? I'm going to go on to gifts now. Also with the Bitter Knitters, we had White Elephant Yarny exchange. And here's what I got. The yarn giver was Lindsay. She's the one who dyes linden wool that I'm knitting the Amber Shore shawl with. I have not. Olive's under the table. Sorry, she's shaking the camera. That I'm knitting my Amber Shore shawl with, which is my Labyrinth shawl. This is what I got from her. I got Fleece Artist. And these are my colors. It's BFL sock, and it does not appear to have, I'm confused. So it says Fleece Artist, hand dyed, Mineville, Nova Scotia. But then there's a little sticker on it that says Ireland. I'll have to do some research. I'm not familiar. I've never had Fleece Artist. And I don't know what the colorway is. Then the other one is Savvy Skeins, right? Blues and purples. Actually, I have other yarn that I know will go with this. And this is, the yarn is China Grove, the color is Midway, and it is superwash merino, nylon, and bamboo, so it has a nice sheen to it. Then Beth, my girl Beth, sent me some tarot goodies. I know not all of you are into tarot, but if you are, she got a deck and then just wasn't into it. The way she explained it to me, I felt like it's how I feel with journaling. I have the best intentions and just never do it. Like I'll journal for like 3 days and then not ever do it again. So I have all these started journals that I've never finished. And she kind of felt that way with tarot. Like she got it, but then she didn't stick with it. And she passed this deck on to me. It is called, look, here's the back of it. It's called the Next World Tarot. And the reason that this deck is so badass is for its diversity and its art. And I'd actually seen this deck before. I've only ever seen reviews of it. it's the first time I ever got to see it in person. I've been getting really good readings with it, so thanks, Beth. She sent me some other goodies too. She sent me some meditation cards and a crystal and some frankincense. So thank you so much. That was super sweet. Nikki from Nikki's Crochet Nook sent me a card as well as a little bag of goodies. Okay, so I will tell you, I don't know why, but I thought that was a charm bracelet. So I opened it and I poured it into my hand and then proceeded to drop them, as I'm doing again, drop them all over the floor, and my boss was laughing at me. I'm not going to show you all of them, but they are so cute, you guys. Look, they're just little, there's a butterfly, there's a couple different butterflies. There is an anchor, there's a little Celtic knot, stars, moons, you know I'm into that. All sorts of fun stuff. So thank you, Nikki, so much. As you know, I was sick for a long time, so I did not make it to the post office box for a while. I get there, there's 2 packages that I was not expecting either one in my P.O. box. One of them is from Kathy. Kathy has been a longtime viewer. We are basically friends. We chat back and forth on Instagram about things quite a bit. I knew who it was from as soon as I saw her name, and it was a package, you guys, package. And I opened it because I didn't know if there was anything in there that was perishable. I didn't know how long it had been in the post office box. So I wanted to make sure, if it was cookies, I wanted to eat that shit, right? She sent me a vintage card, which I love. It was seriously like Christmas. The box was this big, and I just kept on opening stuff. She sent me a Canadian chocolate. I've already eaten some of this, just saying. Then she sent me some more chocolate. It's like she knows I love chocolate or something. Look, it's a little olive. It's a little notebook with a pen. She sent me some fun holiday napkins, making spirits bright. And joy is just a cocktail away, which isn't that the truth? This, which I'm super excited to try. Who has had maple bacon hot chocolate? A lot of this stuff was in another thing, but I'm saving the big thing for last. She sent me little stitch markers. They're little jingle bells. God, my lips are so chapped. I need chapstick. Here's some chapstick from Barbara. I think she actually called this cuticle cream, but I'm using it as chapstick. Barbara from the Flame and Fiber podcast. Works just fine for chapstick for me. Okay, so there are little jingly bells in here, and look at the little why can't I think, gingerbread men. There is tea in here, Christmas morning and Christmas in Paris, which I'm excited to try both of those. A maple leaf sticker from, is that New Liskeard? Is that how you say it? That's where she's from, Ontario. You guys, see what I mean? I just kept opening stuff. How did you get all of these things in this little box? This super cool skull button, which I will totally be making, putting on something for my sister. My sister, the one who got shafted at Christmas with that ugly fucking sweater that I hate, she loved Logan's hat. I'm going to make her one, a Graham hat for her birthday, and I'm going to put this on it because she is in love with skulls, and this could not be more perfect for her. She sent me incense, patchouli, because y'all know patchouli is my favorite. Have y'all ever seen these? They're matches. A lot of people use them in the shitter. So you light the match and you let it burn halfway down, and then you blow it out. And it smells like patchouli. And I'm going to throw this in my little sage cup right here. Here's a Christmas present that I got. Look, Mama Jean had that in my stocking. I said, did you make this? It's a sage stick. And she was like, yeah, that's sage from the farm. I'm like, what? We have sage grown on the farm? I had no idea. I haven't burnt it yet. I'm real excited though. And then these are cones. And here's the thing that a lot of that stuff was in. Her tag. It said, I made this for you because I love you. And it says, the needle felt art was made just for you by me, Heart Kathy. Wait until you guys see this. Mama Jean's gonna freak. It's a little box, right? Look. Isn't that awesome? That is so freaking cool. I love it so much. Dan saw it and he was like, oh my gosh, it looks like Starry Night. I was like, oh yes. So I love it. Thank you so much, Kathy. It was a huge surprise. I had no idea it was coming. That was the coolest gift to open. I had no idea you could fit that. It's like she knows me or something. Okay, then last thing second to last thing in gifting. Well, first I'll show you this. Mama Jean, no, I have 3 things. Gosh, I feel like a glutton. I have no idea how long this is. But they're all like yarny stuff that I feel like I want to show you. First, Mama Jean made me this, and this was not part of my Christmas. It is a wool mat. Isn't that cool? And it's an ironing mat. So Mama Jean's a quilter, and she calls it her bee buddies, and they like do little gift exchanges at Christmas. She made all of her bee buddies one of these. This is wool that somebody gave her because they knew that she did rug hooking. Well, it was a ton of it. I think there's like 4 layers in here. And she told me how she did it. I think you baste it together, like was spray based somehow. And then you do the whip stitch. And I guess it's kind of really hard to do the whip stitch around there. Anyway, she made them for all of her bee buddies. And I was like, oh, I'd love one of those to like to iron little stuff. And she made me one. She's like, I'll make you one. So I got one of those. I guess they're really expensive if you buy them. Thanks, Mama Jean. Then this guy right here, see it? My Christmas wreath was hanging there. That was a Christmas present from my cousin's fiance. She made it for me. Let me get it for you so you can see it up close. Isn't this the sweetest? Look. She got these are like metal rings. Guessing that this is, at least it looks like it, Lion Brand homespun. And she wrapped both of them. She made these like little bunchy flowers. And then she just used, it looks like fishing line to like hold them, you get it, right? Well, you saw it hanging back there. Isn't that awesome? It was so thoughtful of her. I had no idea she was crafty. She's a cook. She's one of those girls that like anytime she brings food, you're excited because everything she makes is amazing. I had no idea that she was crafty. So that was one of my Christmas presents. One of my yarny Christmas presents. This is my last gift, I promise. Liz, Cocktail Hour at the Coop Liz, I was talking about her earlier, new to you mail, you know. She made a card. Check that out. With her crafty self. She said she loves her stitch markers. She got some stitch markers from me that she wears as earrings, or progress keepers, not stitch markers. And she said, thought you and Dan needed a little coop swag because her parents own an alpaca farm. She works there. If you watch their podcast, you know. If you don't, you should because they do super fun stuff. This came from the coop, you guys. Look. Okay, so I opened this last night and I knew I was going to record today. So I decided to save. They are in, for those of you who don't know, Wall, New Jersey. And it's Arrow Acres Farm Alpaca. And they do all alpacas. They do all sorts of like cool stuff there. So I'm going to open this. Oh. Got some plain coot. Just kidding. Look! Baby!
Oh my God, how may I serve you, dear?
Come look what Liz got for us. I get one and you get one. No one can see you. Check it out.
Meh.
That one's yours.
Awesome.
This one's mine, except my beer's empty, so I can't.
Aw, mine's not.
Wouldn't it be amazing if like it showed up full?
Anything to please you, dear.
And maybe in my koozie.
Anything to please you, dear.
You're amazing. Everyone needs a Dan.
Anything to please you, dear.
Okay. There's some. Oh, Liz sent me her pattern, the Farm Girl cowl. Okay, this just gave me an idea. Because I love fringe. Okay, I'm wondering if I can get two, if I could, my mom's cowl shawl thingy Christmas. I wonder if I could just stop it now, like close up shop now on it. I wonder if there'd be enough yarn to make one of these. I'll look into that. I love fringe. And then look, oh, I got Arrow Acres alpaca yarn. And it's like they know me and my colors or something. That's awesome. Hand dyed. Nessie is the color. 100% baby alpaca, 220 yards. Dude, oh, this is special. Yarn Beard. I'm going to have to think on this. This is going to need to marinate in the stash because this needs to be something super, super special. Liz, thank you so much. And Leanne and Mom and Dad, if you had anything to do with it. Liz signed the card. Oh, meh. Is there a beer? So I got cut off because my phone's almost full. So that's going to be fun. But I'm almost done, which is the other weird thing. So, miscellaneous. I wanted to mention the Yarn Therapists. I don't know if y'all watch them. That is Skein Cocaine, who I think is Gina, and Katie Girl Knits, which I guess is Katie. They did a sweater try-on video, each of them. So Gina tried all hers on, Katie tried all hers on, and they each did a video. So if y'all like the sweater weather video, go watch their videos. It's super fun. I added some things to my queue because I saw them wearing them. Speaking of Christmas and presents, I gave Mama Jean her shawl pin. I was going to record it and she opened it before I knew what she was opening. Here's pictures of her with her shawl pin. And something else. Sodders is coming up. I'm really excited. So first weekend in February, I think. My birthday is the 24th of February, but I am celebrating it with that Sodders retreat. So I'm going to be there. Diana's going. Lindsay's going. Of course, Cheryl and Becky from Two Pearls in a Pod are going. And I think they are going to be recording an episode. Maybe I'll record some things. I don't know. You know, I say I'm gonna and then I don't. And maybe if I don't say I'm gonna and I do, it'll be a surprise. So whatever. Hopefully I won't take as long to record next time. This is going to take me forever to edit because there's always so many long things in between, and then my episodes are super long because I have so much to talk about. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome new year. I hope you had an amazing time with your friends and family over the holiday season. I do have to admit, not to be a bah humbug, I'm really glad that they're over because as someone who suffers from anxiety, they're super stressful for me. And I kind of blame that because of that is part of why my immune system was down and I got the flu. But that's just me speculating. Might not have anything to do with that. I don't know. Anywho, have fun crafting, doing all that stuff. I haven't said it in a long time, but if you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. We'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers. With my new cozy. That's what it cut out, is Dan bringing me my beer because he's a sweetheart. Peace.